Hello, Massive Tax here and welcome back to my channel. This week I'm staying with the new Italian heavy tanks and I'm going to show you a replay from the Rinoceronte here, the tier 10. And as you can hear, I have got Chuck Norris as my commander in this tank. So before we get into the action, I'll show you the rest of my crew and the equipment that I'm currently using on this tank. As I says, I have got Chuck Norris as my commander and he is on to his 5th skill at the moment. The other 2 crew members are from the Christmas event and they're also on to the 5th skill. The equipment that I'm using on this in the special survivability slot is vents. Then I've got a vertical stabilizer and coated optics. I'm also using the premium consumable food. So let's have a look at it in action. The voiceover on your commander Chuck Norris is great. I wish we had more commanders with voiceovers like this. So today I'm playing on Prothorovka. It's a standard battle and I've got the 357 matchmaking and I'm obviously top tier since I'm a tier 10. So really good MM for myself. So what I want to do is play the ridge line in the middle, help spot and get shots to either side. Now my last video on the Progetto 66, I did say it was pick of the bunch. It is the best in my opinion of the full line, but I'm not saying the other tanks are bad. I do really like this tank and the Progetto 56. Lovely snapshot there to get that ABR out the game quick. As I was saying, I do like the other tanks in line. Maybe it's not the tier 7, I did get rid of it, but it hasn't got the auto reloading system that the other 3 do. But I am really enjoying this line. I'm finding 2 really good ways of playing these tanks. You can be an ambush warrior, like an auto loader. Just hide in a bush and once somebody makes a move, a bad move, you just pop out, unload your full clip into them. And then there's also, I find them really good playing on ridge lines, just like your Super Conquerors and your E5s. Now my team, both scouts are to the right of us. Would have been better if one was to the left. Few people's marking on the mini-map. I get shot into that Type 61. Great shot into his turret. So the downside to this tank that I find is definitely its reload speed. It does have that new auto reloading system where it reloads each shell in stages so you don't lose all the reload time. But the reload between shells is massive. Your first shell takes 17.92 seconds, that's with my crew and equipment, and I have got everything boosted as much as I can for this reload time. And then your second shell takes 15.23 seconds, and then your final shell is 14.06 seconds, which is really long for an alpha damage of 490. So I'll tell you the other stats about the gun on this tank. It is a 127mm gun. As I say, it's got 490 alpha damage, but you do get 268mm of penetration on your standard ammo, which is really good. It's like mediums. Your clip size is 3 shells, but you do have an intra-clip reload of 4 seconds between each shell, which isn't great. But with my crew skills and equipment that I've got mounted on this, I do have an aim time of 1.75 seconds, which is excellent, and a dispersion of 0.29, which is medium tank stats really on this gun. It's only the reload time that is a problem. Everything else is excellent, especially for a heavy tank. And then you've got your shell velocity, which is 1452 meters per second, which is absolutely fantastic. It is APCR, your standard rounds. And then on top of that, you do get 10 degrees of gun depression. And that's what makes this tank so good playing on ridge lines. So the arties just hit us. It was only for 88, so I'm keep moving. There is 2 artillery. So I'm just cresting the ridge, see if I can get a shot into that T-54, trying to stop me push of my teammates. And I don't know where that shot went, didn't hit. It's just behind that train carriage. There's an E100, have I got the side?
The shell bounced. Let me try my fist.
I bounced the shell, but Chuck Norris says he'll do better with his fist. Now here's a motion. Can I get the side of his turret?
Shell bounced.
Bounced as well.
Giving them a chance.
Maybe Chuck Norris could do better with his fists. So I'm just pulling back now. I've got no shells left in my clip. It's empty. As I was telling you about how good I think the gun is on this tank, there is a little hidden gem with these guns on all the tanks on this line, especially the auto reloaders, is the HE penetration. Normally I don't carry HE shells on auto loaders or auto reloaders, but with this tank you actually get 127mm of penetration on your HE shells, and they give you an alpha damage of 640. You do have to penetrate to get that, but you will do damage if you don't penetrate. So it's definitely worth carrying a few of them. I'm carrying 6, so that's 2 full clips. So now I'll tell you about the armour on this tank. On the hull, on the front, you get 135mm. You get 75mm on the side, 40mm on the rear. And then the turret, you get 190mm on the front, 120mm on the side and rear. But I can tell you, some of them stats don't sound great. 190mm on the front of a turret, but it is really sloped, and if you play it on a ridge line, the armour is really good on this tank, top plate and your turret. So now to the mobility of the tank, is that its Achilles heel. And tell you it's not too bad, the mobility. It's not going to keep up with a 5A or an Object 277, but it isn't too bad. You do get a top speed going forward of 40 kilometers an hour, and then your reverse speed is 12 kilometers an hour to get back over them ridge lines, so not too bad. And then there's the view range on this tank. With my crew and equipment, I've nearly got it to the max you could get, and I've getting 484 meters view range, which is absolutely fantastic. Going to try and get a shot into that E100. He's firing HE at us now, so he is going to hurt us. Didn't penetrate, so I'm just pulling back. Now I've been playing very cautious in this battle so far. You do need to play cautious if they've got a Jagdpanzer E100 at the back, and there's that E100 at the back who's firing HE. They will do a lot of damage to you if you just peek over, and you will get taken out. So I've got an EBR spotting to the left of us now, so I want to move over and try and support him. We've cleared the east side of the map, so I know I'm okay and not be taking shots from over there. He's a good player in the lurver. Didn't manage to penetrate. He's playing that well. The E100 spotted at the back. Just pulling back. Get myself behind that ridge a little bit more. There's the Jagdpanzer E100 pushing down. He's just taking our conquer out. I get a shot into him. Have to get higher on the ridge. And took him out. That's a great tank to take out. Don't have to worry about the massive shot that'll do. It could have nearly taken us out in one shot. So I'm moving back. You can't let this position fall and leave an enemy tank unchecked. There's the E100. I've taken a shot from the Progetto 66, but I'm finally getting a shot into the E100. Just pulling back. They do still have 2 artillery. I'm going to move to the train tracks a little bit more. Put a little bit of pressure on that Progetto 66. See if I can get some more shots into that E100 and help me you, Des. The armour will stand up a lot better to these tanks if it's facing forward. Tried a shot on the Progetto 66. I think I hit the ground. Can I get a shot into that E100? Lower plate. Didn't penetrate. He'd angled before the shell hit him. Just went out. So I'm not going to take that shot and have that massive reload. Just pulling back in case the artillery is focusing on us. I am trying to keep this clip full, just in case an opportunity arises where I can get all shells into an enemy tank. Side of the E100, there's another one into him, so that's good. Just pulling back, just in case I'm spotted while I reload this second shell. There's the side of the A100 again. There's another shot into him. He's only a one-shotter, and I managed to take him out. That's a good tank to get out, but I've got no shells left in the magazine, so I'm just pulling back while I reload some shells. Keep mobile so the artillery doesn't hit us, hopefully. Now, while taking that A100 out, I have run out of standard APCR shells, so now I'm firing gold, which I hate. So I'll tell you about these gold shells. They are heat shells. You get the same alpha damage as you'll know, but my penetration has went up to 325 millimeters, but my shell velocity has practically halved. It's now down to 756 meters per second, and the downside to heat shells is the struggle against spaced armor, so I don't like them as much as APCR. So I'm pushing forward. Took the Progetto 66 out at last. Artillery at the back. It's a bad chat, and look how long it took that shell to hit him, but I've managed to take him out. The second artillery's been taken out. Nice shot into the IS-22 there, but my clip is empty, so I'm just going to move forward a little bit while I'm reloading. STA-1, zooming in. He's been taken out before I could load. IS-22, can I get to the top of his turret? And yes, managed to take him out. Only the lurver left, so I'm going to push in, see if I can head him off, see if I can get this shell loaded before I get to him. I should do. Is he still going to be alive? Everybody's pushing in, and he's been taken out. Let's have a look at the stats. It was only a class 2 badge, but we got the high caliber for 5,268 damage with 1,864 assist, and the top gun for our 6 kills. Top of the tree for XP with a base XP of 1125. Top for damage. We only made 7,000 credits, that's because we had to fire a few gold shells, plus 8,440 XP, that's due to a personal mission payout, a personal reserve bonus, and an award for the first victory each day, which was at ×2. I'd like to thank you for watching today's battle. I hope some of the information was useful, and I hope you enjoyed the battle. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. There's a little icon in the bottom right hand corner. And if you have any feedback, please could you leave it via the thumbs buttons in the comment section below. Cheers.